Yeah, so it won't go to the cloud. Yep, and it's doing it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We have some information to share with you. I see we have two guests that are on, which is awesome. Michelle and Lauren, thank you for being here. Let me well, let's introduce the team really quickly. I'm Teresa Middleton. I'm the chair of the contest team for District 14, and we'll go around the horn. Linda, would you introduce yourself?
My name is Linda Rogers, and I'm a member of the team for the upcoming contest at the district level. Barbara?
I'm Barbara Larison. I'm a member of the speech contest team for this year.
Denise?
I'm Denise James. I am a part of this wonderful committee for this Toastmasters district contest.
Awesome. Brenda, I'm just going across my screen. Brenda?
Good evening. I am Brenda Lloyd, and I am also a member of this wonderful team.
Awesome. And Roche?
Good morning, everybody. I am Roche Wells, member of this wonderful District 14 team.
Awesome. So we have two guests, and we're going to get right into the presentation. And I want you guys to please just ask questions. Actually, if you would just write your questions down, and as we go through the presentation, then we can answer questions. But let's get started here. So one thing that you might notice on this screen is that the contest currently is scheduled, both contests are scheduled for Saturday, which is a big change. I don't know if everybody knew that, but I wanted to bring that up as a special point. Because typically what has happened in the past is we would have the humorous or one contest on Friday night, and then the second contest, which is usually the international speech contest, on Saturday evening. But this year we are planning to have both contests on Saturday, one in the late morning or late morning, and the other one in the early afternoon. And then we have a gala scheduled for the evening of Saturday evening. I think it's scheduled to start later, either 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the evening. So if you don't have your gala tickets, we invite you to please go ahead and purchase them now. We have the international president who will be speaking at the gala. So we are hoping for a really good time, and we want to show up and show out for our international president. So please go ahead and get your gala tickets. What we're going to do, we've already done our introductions. We have a plan. Now that it's in February, we have a template that you can follow if you're an area director and you want to put on or hold a contest at your area level. So this is just a template you can follow to get your area contest scheduled and moving. And then we're going to review some forms. The contest scripts are also available, as well as what you need to do to submit your contest results. And then at the end, we'll have a question and answer session. So we'll start with Denise. We have the screen up for the first week in February, which is pretty much over, but if you don't have these dates, Denise will show you or tell you how you can get started with your area contest.
This slide gives just a little scenario of things that might happen into, say, the first week or maybe even into the second week of February. By now, the clubs have all had their contest, and each club president has sent the winner notification form to their area director. The area director at this time will, like my Division E area, the district director, I'm sorry, division. He's already set up, because he's covering for area. He's already set up the area and the division contest later this month and later in March. But in the preliminary, going toward the setup for the big event, they are first going to set their contest date, which mine's already done that. They have already received, because if they've not received their winners by now, the deadline was January 31st. They know who the contestants are who should be competing. They're going to choose their contest chair and or contest master. The contest chair and master can both consolidate into one, but if they have a contest chair and a contest master, it's the same as when you have a Toastmasters meeting. The chairs, like the president, comes in, blah, 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 introduces the Toastmaster of the day. In this case, it's our contest master, who's going to run the event, then turn it back over to the chair after the contest winners have been announced. The contestants, are going to be asked to submit a couple of forms, and these forms that I'm going to talk about briefly, the 1183 and 1189, if I remember correctly, both of these forms are given to, you can get them to whoever contacts the contestants, give me these forms, they're going to go to the chief judge, and they'll be talked about a little bit later on in just a minute. Those forms are the contestants' verification of eligibility and originality form, which they have to sign in 2 places. And this form and the profile, they're submitted to the chief judge at every level of competition. Clubs submit to areas, area competitors submit to the chief judge. They win, they're going to submit their next form to the division director's chief judge. And there's a place to check on here which contest it is: humorous, table topics, evaluation, tall tale, even, and international. So that gets checked. This is the area level, so the area is going to be checked, and the person is going to sign that they are eligible to compete, which earlier on, that is a Toastmaster in good standing in a club that's in good standing. And I think a little more eligibility, you have to complete pass 1 and 2 to be able to compete in the international contest. You are going to sign and date there. And then the next section is your originality, that your material is your original story. Best thing to do is tell your story. If you want to make quotes, highlight someone who's not in the same contest with you, you can do that, but you can only have 25% of that be little odds and ends. That main 75% needs to be your original story, speech, and it cannot be a monologue of jokes or anything. You can't do that. You need to tell a nice beginning. Speech has a beginning, a body, and a closing, just like all our good speeches do. You'll put your speech title in there, and you will sign and date that you are the original spokesperson for that. The next form you're going to turn in is your speech contestant profile. It asks a bunch of questions, your hobbies, awards you've done, highlights, favorite quote. It also has a place for you to put your contact information. While the ballot counters and while the ballots are being tallied up and the winners are being sorted through, you're going to be those contestants are going to be interviewed by the contest chair / master to kind of give a little time for all the finalities of winners to be determined. And that is pretty much what I have to share with you. Toastmaster Brenda or Barbara? Who's next?
Me,
Barbara?
yes.
I turn it over to my bestie, Toastmaster Barbara.
Okay. Once you have got everything set up and your contestants are registered and you have selected you need to make sure that you select your chief judge and your judges and your tie-breaking judge. That would be the things that are falling kind of on this week, if we're going by our timeline. Once the contest is completed, then the chief judge collects the forms, collects the timer sheets, and they go off to count. The judges, when they are chosen, they must sign a judge's certificate of eligibility and code of ethics. They need to check the name of the contest that they are judging, what level, and the date of the contest. They need to be sure and sign and print their name at the bottom, showing that they agreed that they will judge fairly and without favor in as much as possible, and that they meet all the qualifications to be a judge. Now, to be a judge for the international competition, you must have either completed level 1 and 2 of any path, or have completed 6 projects in the competent communicator in the old plan in order to be a judge. Once you've completed this form, you need to turn it in to the contest master or contest chair, whichever your contest has, or if it's all one person, you need to turn that into them. Then before the contest, the judges will be briefed on how to mark their ballots. I think the ballot form is the next one. All right. Well, the
Hold on one second.
okay. The contestants will be briefed and the judges will be briefed. Contestants will be briefed on the speaking area and make sure that they can see the timing device and all of those things for the contestants, and the order of speech, the order that the speeches will be given in will be chosen. When you get to the ballot for the international contest, on the front is pretty much like the rest in that you will judge it, giving each contestant a numerical score. You will make sure that you sign and print your name at the bottom. If you do not, it is not a valid ballot and it cannot be counted. And you must list, if there are 3 or more contestants, you must list your first, second, and third winners. On the back, it explains a little bit more about how you will judge. And it's divided up into 3 main sections: content, your delivery, and your language. Content is 50% of the score. That's where you will judge their speech development, their effectiveness, and the value of the speech. Delivery of the speech is 30% of your score. That's where, as a judge, you would judge them based on their physical presentation, gestures, voice, manner, reaction with the audience. 20% is to language. Was the language appropriate? Was it correct? Did they use correct English? And again, you have the judge's code of ethics there, just to remind you that you need to be sure and judge fairly. Now, if you are the tie-breaking judge and there are 3 or more contestants, you must list every contestant in the order in which judge them. Because if there is a tie among the regular judges, then the tie-breaking ballot is counted. It is only counted if there's a tie. Once everyone has been briefed, the timers have been briefed, the counters know what they're supposed to do, then you're going to conduct your contest and collect your ballots and send them off to be counted. Next is going to be, I believe, Brenda.
Let me just ask, is this order? Brenda, this is yours, right? Oh, this is Roche.
Oh, Roche, okay.
Let me also add in here that I neglected to mention at the very beginning that our area director is also going to seek out the functionaries that Barbara and Roche and Brenda are going to be talking about for the contest.
Okay. Are you on for me for chief judge?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. So the chief judge is going to select all the judges for the contest. And as Barbara stated, there are rules for the judges. At the contest level, you just have to be paid member. Now, when you get to the area and division, you have to have given a certain amount of number of speeches, which is on the judges eligibility form. We're only going to deal with, right now we're dealing with area contests. So for the area contest, a judge can be a member of the contestants club. However, when you get to division and district, you cannot be a member of the club of any of the contestants. Now, if a contestant is a member of Club A and they're representing Club A, but they're also a member of Club B, and you're a member of Club B, although they're not representing Club B, because you are in a club with that contestant.
Do I need to go back a slide, Roche?
About two, I believe, one or two, I believe. The judge's eligibility form. The form that the judges will complete is Form 1170. That's the judge's certificate of eligibility. And that's the one we want to go to, is the judge's eligibility form. Form 1170.
This one.
Yes, ma'am. Again, there are the code of ethics and the eligibility on this form. You must match up with the eligibility for the contest that you are judging. So at area, division, or district, be a paid member for a minimum of 6 months. Have completed a minimum of 6 speech projects in the Old Competent Communicator, or have earned a certificate of completion levels 1 and 2 of any path in the Toastmasters Pathways learning experience. And that's just for the area and division. Beyond the club level, a contestant is not eligible to compete in another contest of the same type at the same time. So again, if a person who is a member of Club A that is in Division A, and he's a member of Club B is in Division B, they cannot be in the contest for both of those divisions or the areas of those divisions if this is beyond the club level. Okay. And the chief judge validates contestants and the judge's eligibility. Now, the way you can verify that eligibility is by contacting the VP of Education of the clubs that the judge is in, or you can contact us here at the district. We kind of have a list ongoing. We can contact the administrative assistant to make sure everyone is eligible if you have any questions about any judge's eligibility. And the chief judge will provide the contestants with the speech contest rulebook, and there's a link in the contest kit. If you don't have that, please let us know, and we can get that contest kit to you. That's the link for the international speech contest, which is what we're on now. The contestants should review the rules for the contest, and contestants update and rehearse their speeches. After that, I now turn control over to Toastmaster Brenda Lloyd.
Thank you very much. Now we're at the part where we will, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I heard a little echo, okay. At the top, it talks about sharing contact information between the support team. That is very important because you want to be prepared before you actually start the contest. And as you go through the contest, everyone will be in sync. And if something needs to be said, you'll have everyone's information at that time. I think we'll go down to the joint rehearsal, I think, or let me see where we are. Also, you should have a joint rehearsal with all the functionaries if you can before the day of the contest, so everyone is in sync, you know the flow of the show, and everyone will be comfortable with their role when that day comes. If you're acting in the role as a contest chair or a contest master, they are the ones that would determine when the joint rehearsal will be. And again, everyone should be available for that practice session. The contest chair, the Zoom master, the judges, so they'll know what to do when they sign on and things like that. The MC for the contest is the contest chair or the contest master. I like to say for this role, always expect the unexpected, because sometimes you may have to ad-lib. Things don't always go perfectly, so you have to be ready to step in and either ad-lib the program or say something to the empty spot. Prepare the contestant's participation certificate. Everyone who participates in the contest is going to get a certificate. So the best thing to do is to prepare that in advance. If you already have the names, you can go ahead and fill in the names for those roles and then be prepared to show them on the screen. You'll also interview the contestants to give the chief judge and the team time to count the ballots. At that time, you would take out the contestant's profile sheet that they filled out and use that time and the information on that sheet to kind of interview them and get to know more about them. And that again gives the judges time to fill in their ballots and to receive the ballot votes. After that, then the judge will deliver the results to the contest master on Form 1168. Okay, so this is the results form. So the chief judge will actually review this statement and make sure that all the time qualifications were met. That's real important. First, to see that everyone made their time. Then he or she will review the counter's results, and then they'll write the name of the third place winner, the second place winner, and the first place winner, because that's how they will be announced. So it's real important that as you notice what place they make, to write their names in correctly, because it can avoid an embarrassing situation if you make a mistake. And because you're used to putting the winner in first, but here we're going in reverse order. So just make sure that those names are put in correctly. And this is notification of the contest winner report. Again, I'm going to put what contest it was, what was the level, is it club, area, division, or district. Make sure that's checked off. The date of the contest, what type of contest it was, and then you're going to put the winners in the place that they placed. And you should already have their club number and their member number, email addresses, and that's all you're going to fill out on that form. Who submitted it, write your name, title, and then you can hand it in. These are the contest place certificates. A good way to do this is you don't know who's going to place, so you can go ahead and put everything in the score sheet, second place, third place, or you can be on standby when you get the results and you find out who is going to be the winners, and you can type them in your computer at that time, because you're going to illuminate them on the screen. So that's the best way to do that. And you will show these certificates at the end of the contest for each participant, and of course for each winner. I think that's it.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, guys. Great job. What I want to do is I want to go back to this notification form. Everyone should be listed on this form, not just first, second, and third place. Everyone that participated in that contest should be listed on this form, just in case we get down to the fourth person. The first four people can't attend. We need to get to the fifth person, then we've got everybody listed on this form. Okay, perfect. So now we're in a question and answer session. But before we get to that, I'm going to ask Linda. I noticed that you were taking a few notes. I'm going to ask you if there's anything that we need to clarify or that you want to clarify in some of the presentation.
Thank you, Teresa. Yes, there are two things I wanted to mention. Could you go back to that winner's certificate or winner's notification form that you had stopped there? It is correct what Teresa mentioned, that all of your contestants for a contest need to be listed on this form, not just the first, second, and third place winner. What this means is that your chief judge needs to fill out this form before shredding the form that was used to collect all of the judges' ballots. So don't shred that form until you have filled out this form, because that will tell you how all of your contestants really scored. The second thing I wanted to mention is that when it comes to verifying the eligibility of your contestants, the eligibility of your judges, if you are an area director or a division director, then you can pull the membership report for your area or division. You can use that report to help determine if someone has been in at least 6 months. If someone also you can use it to help determine their education level. You know, for your judges, regardless of whether it's humorous or international speech contest, your judges need to have completed levels 1 and 2 in Basecamp of APATH, or have at least 6 speeches in the Competent Communication Manual. Toastmasters International added an extra field, I think it's on the far right in that report that area and division directors can pull, that lists the highest level that you have earned. And this can be really helpful if you want to know if someone has levels 1 and 2. You can look over in the side, and if it says 3, if it says 2 or higher on there, then you know that they are eligible. It doesn't help if you wanted to check the 6 speeches in competent communication. Then you'd have to call somebody's VPE for their club, but it does help with the other. Then also, if you're talking about eligibility of contestants in the international speech contest, is the same sort of thing. They have to have levels 1 and 2 in Basecamp or be a DTM. And you can check both of those again in those reports that you pull as an area or a division director. And those were the 2 items I wanted to mention. Back to you, Teresa.
Thank you so much. I think,
Teresa, can I add
yes.
something here?
Sure.
I might have tuned out, maybe Barbara said this, talking about the judges' ballots and filling out the bottom of the form and then taking off that piece, that bottom of the form to submit. But after the contest is over, all of the paperwork, that all those ballots need to be destroyed because they're no longer needed, and there won't be any need for anybody to accidentally find somebody, a judge's ballot laying around and go, well, geez, I thought that person should have scored higher than that person.
Okay, thank you, Denise.
You're welcome.
One of the other things that I wanted to mention about this notification form, it's very important that it goes to the next higher level. In other words, at the area level, when the area directors complete this form, it needs to go to the division level, or either your division director or the chief judge that has been selected for the division contest. And then the division needs to send their division notification contest winner form to me. That way we know that the division contests have been completed. and we can move forward with our planning for the division or for the district contest. But we can't do anything until we get this notification form. So the sooner you can send it in, that is for the division directors, the sooner you can send it in, the better. Now, what I'll do is open it up for questions. Are there any questions from our visitors?
This is Michelle. I'm the area director for Area 21, co-chair for the DEC, and a president of a local club, Toastmasters of Centerville. I do not have any questions. I'm so thankful for this education. And I'm thankful that it's recorded so that I can review it and take better notes. I was just trying to pay attention to, kind of like the high gloss, and I pulled the handbook so I can review the handbook because I definitely plan on participating next year, in addition to wanting to be a great resource this year.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that comment. I do want to bring up another screen now that you mentioned that and that this is recorded. I want to bring up, well, let me show just 1 second. I'm going to show you a screen that we used before that had all the links on it. And I can share this with you. Well, I got to get there first. Okay, I'm almost there. My computer's acting a little slow today. So we put together something, some links for you to follow. And let me just share that with you. So this screen, and I'll drop in the chat a PDF that you can get to for where to find it. We created a Google Drive for you to look for. You can find anything. So the rule book is there. Any form that you need for the International Speech Contest is available there as well. And I'll show you what that looks like. You just click on this screen, click on the link, and it will bring you to this Google Drive. And we have all the forms that you need so that you don't have to look for them on Toastmasters International. This should be a big help to a lot of people. All you got to do is go to this link, go to this drive, and you can download anything you need for your international speech contest. So I hope that's helpful, and I'm going to stop share, and I'll drop that link. I'll drop that PDF in the link now so that you guys can have it.
Is that PDF, is that Google Drive the same drive that you get to when you're looking on the Toastmasters magazine, and it has a icon for forms? Does it take you to that same place?
No, the Toastmasters link for the Toastmasters International is a different link from this link. This link is our Google Drive, and you can pull any form down from it. So let me just drop that in the chat. I'm gonna download it. Are there any other questions while I do this?
Teresa, did you also have our team's contact information in the slide deck?
I do, and I will put that up as well, but let me download this information really quickly, and then I'll put that screen back up. Thank you, Denise. I'll make sure I put that up.
You're welcome.
And while you're downloading that information, I noticed you had a link on that also for the District 14 training videos. That will
Yes.
take you out to the District 14 trainings channel on YouTube. So it's District 14 trainings channel on YouTube. And it has a number of contest training videos that last year's contest team did that goes through just an entire contest in great depth, all the forms you need, the people you need for the various roles, the things you have to watch out for, etc., protests, disqualifications, all of that. So look at those videos. There's also a 6-minute video out there on how to break ballot room ties. And that's really important to understand. If you are a chief judge or you are a ballot counter, you need to understand what happens if you have a tie and how you are supposed to use the tie-breaking judge's ballot so that you can be effective time-wise during the contest and be able to break those ties. That video is only 6 minutes long, but do check out those videos on the District 14 Trainings YouTube channel.
They're really good and entertaining too.
Mhm.
That's why I'm laughing as I think about the contest.
Yeah.
We also have a contest do's and don'ts play out there that's for 75 minutes. Get a glass of wine, a bowl of popcorn, whatever, spend 75 minutes watching this short little Netflix style movie. It is done by the Not Ready for Primetime players with the Not Ready for Primetime video editor, but I think you will be pleasantly surprised. I think you will enjoy it.
It was very good. Very good.
Okay. Let's see. My mouse is hiding from me. Linda, I'm going to ask you if you can open up that PDF I just shared in the chat and then share it on your screen. It will have pretty much everything we need, including the contact list.
And are you dropping the link to the Google Drive also?
Yes, so in that PDF, when Linda opens it up, there's a set of links on the PDF that you can just click on and it will take you directly to the Google Drive, or it will take you to the training videos Linda was just talking about, or it will take you to wherever the resources we just discussed in this meeting. So Linda is sharing it now. So just pull that or download that PDF. I just loaded into the chat, and these are links. So Linda, if you can roll over with your mouse to show that they are links and they can be clicked on. So on here we have our monthly, well, yeah. So that will take you to our monthly meeting, which is the first Wednesday of the month at 8 p.m. So that will get you in there. We don't want to go in there because we're there right now. So if you'll go back to that. So now if you click on the contest rule book, it will take you to the rule book. That's the rule book. If you want to go through each one of those links, Linda, that would be great.
Okay, hold on just a minute.
Okay.
Not quite sure how to get back from everything. Contest training videos. What you do is you go out to the playlist called Speech Contest Playlist. Where did it go? Contest Training. Wait, sorry. You go to the Speech Contest Training playlist. That's where you'll find all of the videos that were done last year that you can cycle through. All right, here we go. Humorous speech contest kit.
So those are all the resources that you would have needed for the humorous speech contest, but that deadline has passed, but you still have a link to that resource. So if you go back, Linda, and just show her how to get to the International Speech Contest Kit, and there you will find all the forms that you need to run your contest.
And each judge's ballot is specific to the contest type. There was a different set of requirements to be judged on for the humorous contest versus what Barbara talked about on the back of the judge's ballot for the international contest.
The important thing to remember is that those requirements are on the forms. So if you look at your judge's eligibility form, it will tell you what the requirements are for that particular contest at a particular level. So for the area, it will say for the area, the judges have to, well, actually for the area, division, and district, the judges' criteria are the same. But it's different for the club. So, but we're already through the clubs. Just look at your forms and you'll be able to see exactly what the requirements are for judges. Linda, if you'll scroll down for me, this should be our contact list. This is pretty much everyone on the team that is available to you. You can call anybody or text anybody on this list. We're happy to help in any way that we can. Are there any other questions that we can answer? Thank you, Michelle. I see your heart. Lauren, do you have any questions for us?
This was very thorough.
Good. Well, we will definitely put it out on the YouTube training on the YouTube channel so that you can watch it there if you need, to review it again. Other than that, are there any final comments from the team?
No, but let's just have really good area contests and division contests so we can have our best speakers ready for district.
That's right. I would love to see someone from District 14 win the international contest. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Above
So
all,
that's what I'm hoping for.
I just want to add in, and please, by all means, have fun doing it.
Yeah, that's right. Have fun. Thank you, Denise, for including that comment. Okay. Other than that, thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you. And you are welcome to sign out now. I'm going to ask the team to just remain online. And we're going to have a quick AAR after action review. That's my military coming out of me.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Okay, good
Have
night.
a great night.
All right. Linda, do you mind? You can end recording.